swing the legs behind you, come round to tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath those hips, and once you're there, start to take some gentle cat-cows, leading from the pelvis, using the breath, exhaling to round the spine, inhaling to arch, directing the tailbone up towards the ceiling, lifting the chin. Exhaling, tailbone comes down, chin drops down to chest. Do a couple more rounds. When you've done a couple more rounds, bring that spine back to a neutral position. Just lift the feet, take a little circle with those feet a few times one way and a few times the other way. And then release. So from tabletop position, inhale. As we exhale, step the left leg forwards in between the hands towards the top of the mat. Tuck the right toes under and start to rise up. Right heel goes down, keep the left knee bent and rise up to your warrior two. All the way up, arms come to shoulder height, palms facing down, opening out to the hips. Exhale, bend that left knee and just find where you are. So find where the legs are, making sure that the knees don't go over the toes, looking over those left fingers, breathing. Ignore me, I've got a cramp. You stay there. I had quite a lot of coconut water today. Maybe I need more. So, should have said to set up your block before we go, but you don't need the block. If you've got it handy, you could always pop it on the inside of the left foot. We're going to take an extended side angle. So we can start with just bringing that left arm down if we want to, taking the right arm up. If you want to go straight in, it's reaching the left fingers down towards the mat or a block, and perhaps beginning with just trying to create a nice straight long line with those arms. Or you can just have that arm resting on the left thigh. And you might even want to take the right arm up and over by the ear. Just an option, keep those hips low, and then we're trying to get that nice straight long line down that right leg, right arm. Next exhale, just start to bring that right arm down, circle the body round, come to your wide-legged forward fold. So line up the feet, your widthways on the mat, feet are in line, toes pointing forwards, allow the upper body to drop down. And breathe. Nice. And then from here we're going to heel toe to Uttanasana. Gently heeling, toeing until the feet come to hip width. And then just stretch here for a few breaths. Feel that slightly different stretch in the hamstrings, calves, the hips. Then next inhale, you can soften the knees slightly if you want to. Let's rise up, big circle with the arms. Oops. Bring the palms together above the head and exhale into Namaste. Beautiful. So it doesn't really matter where you are on the mat yet. We're going to take a little balance, and then after that, wherever you are on the mat, we're going to come back to the top of the mat. So balance can be just wherever you are. You can keep the hands in Namaste or take the hands onto the waist. Focus those eyes, turn on the tummy muscles. Let's start with the left leg, going left leg leading this evening. So when we're ready, lifting the left heel, turning the left knee out. It's guess the balance, it's tree pose, Vriksana. So you might want to keep the left toes connected to the mat for a moment. And once you feel stable and secure, remember we're grounding this week. We want to feel nice and stable and secure through the sole of that right foot. If you need to grab the foot and take the left foot up, then do so. Just listen to the hips, slidey leggings. Try and open out those hips. And if you've got the hands in Namaste, we might try a little windy tree, taking the arms up. You can stay where you are if you want to, or you can take the arms up, yeah, and out. And perhaps even bring the left arm down and lean over in the wind for a breath or two. Try and keep that left knee out, hips open. And then release. Ooh, God, I'm feeling my hips. See this full moon. So give those legs a little shake out. Maybe it was the gardening earlier. Well done. And then just making sure that you're at the top of the mat. I'm going to stay here. Just make sure you're at the top of the mat, feet to hip width. Arms come long and straight in front, palms facing down. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, drop into your chair pose. And breathe. Now you can stay here. When you're ready to come out, we're just straightening the legs and coming into Uttanasana. Or you can have a go at lifting the heels. Any knee issues, I wouldn't do that. And if you're managing to lift the heels, coming into a maybe, with the heels lifted, and breathing. Oh, I've had somebody come in. I wonder who that is. Oh, it's Kirsty. What a time for the internet to go down during balance. Well done, everyone. And then we'll just release out of this by starting to straighten the legs and then lifting the hips, letting the heels come down, drop into your Uttanasana. I was just saying, guys, what a time for the internet to cut out during balance. So we did a little sort of a chair pose, and then we lifted the heels and we see if we can drop the sit bones down if you want to have a little go, and then coming straight from there into our Uttanasana, straightening the legs, letting the heels drop, allowing the upper body to relax. Nice. So from here, we're going to do our warrior two on the other side. We did warrior on the left side. I was just remembering which side we did it on. So let's step back with the left leg. Left heel goes down, and this time the right knee stays bent. It took me a few moments there to figure out my left and right. Rise up, arms come to shoulder height, open out to the hips. Bend the right knee, look over the right fingers, breathe. Again, just setting yourself up here, making sure, if you can, that right knee doesn't go over the right toes. Checking the back arm, imagining yourself between those two panes of glass, and that comes in handy when we come into the next bit, the extended side angle. We don't want to break that glass in front of us or behind us. So if we want to have a go at that, you can take your options. So if you want to come straight down with that right arm, please do. If not, just allowing the right arm to come onto the right thigh, taking the left arm up. If you're reaching down, just see if you can aim for that nice straight line between the arms. Keep the hips low, breathe. Feel that big stretch through the side of the body. And if you want to, you can take that top arm up and over. Again, allowing the hips to stay low. Trying to create that nice straight line. Trying not to break the glass. Maybe even looking up towards the ceiling. And then exhale. Coming all the way down into that wide-legged forward fold. Well done. Again, you might want to adjust the feet here. Take the legs even wider, perhaps. Let the upper body come down. Let the head relax. And breathe. Beautiful. And when we're ready, again, we're going to heel toe to Uttanasana. Heel toe, until the feet come to hip width. Again, just taking a few breaths. Now standing forward fold. And as we inhale, let's take a big circle with the arms and rise up. Arms together above the head. Exhale, down in front of the heart, Namaste. And just got one little balance to do before we come back down. So tree pose with the right leg. You can keep the hands in Namaste, or you can take the hands onto the waist. It doesn't matter where you are on the mat for this, so make sure the soles of the feet feel nice and open. Focus those eyes, soften the knees a little bit, and then when you're ready, lifting right heel, right knee goes out. And then just find where you need to be on this side. I'm just going to move over here because it's not very good against that black light. Decide where you want to take that foot. Try and keep the hips open, let the knee go out, squeeze the belly. Focus the eyes, feel grounded and stable. Maybe the hands are already in Namaste, or you might want to keep them on the waist. If you want to take them up, and maybe out. A little V shape. And if you're okay there, you might want to bring the right hand down, lean over into a windy tree, and breathe. Doesn't matter where you are, as long as you feel stable, secure, grounded. Done. And release. Find it a lot easier on that side. This hip. Give those legs a little shake out. Nice. So this time the feet are just going to come slightly wider than hip width, heels in, toes out. A big inhale as we circle the arms up, palms come together above the head. Exhale them down in front of the heart as we bend the knees and drop the hips into our Hindu squat Malasana. So adjust the feet as you need to as you come down, but try not to lift the heels. So once the heels start to lift, then just stay where you are. So wherever you are, I was here for quite a few years, I'm pretty sure. If you're comfortable coming down, dropping the sit bones and opening the hips a little bit more with the arms, if that works for your body. Breathing. And then you can just come down from here, or for those of you that enjoy having a go at Bakasana, crow pose or crane pose, you can bring the hands down and have a little go. So the hands come down, and then you remember you want the elbows to be pointing backwards as you start to come forwards, rolling onto the toes, making shelves with the triceps. Try not to look down and through. You want to try and keep the head in line with the spine. And then you can just have a little go at lifting one toe, another toe. It's not been so easy for me since I've had the operation on my elbow, but you can just have a little mess around if you want to, even if it's just rocking and rolling forwards and backwards. And when you've had a little go, well done. Yeah. Woo! Wonderful. When you've had a little go, we're going to come to tabletop position. That was very good. I had a little watch there. That's nice. The tabletop. I was just thinking, is it John that likes this pose? How can you like that pose? I don't know if you actually like it, but if you do, how? So we're in tabletop position. Take some water if you want to, by the way, here, before we go a little bit further. And then from our tabletop position, we're going to step forwards with the left leg again. Coming into our pigeon pose. Trying to make a right angle, so bending the left knee, bringing the left foot over to the right side of the mat. And that right angle sort of goes a bit awry as we bring the sit bones down and we lengthen that right leg back. But as I was saying to the guys last night in the studio, once you're in position, As long as you're not sort of really rolling over onto that left sit bone, you can, start to, I mean, really, it's just like, it's not even, it's probably like a tiny 1/10 of an inch that I just moved my foot there, but just taking the foot and seeing if you can bring it a bit further towards the top of the mat, only if it's comfortable on the knee, etc. And you can of course stay here, or you can come down onto the forearms, or you can even lengthen the arms and drop all the way down for a few breaths. We're going to add on in a moment, but for now, if you can use the word enjoy, then enjoy this pose. Use it as an opportunity for the body to release any energy that might be stored up. So really use the breath. Great time to release, let go. Stay present. And then anyone who's down on the forearms or all the way down, let's everybody come back up onto the palms of the hands. Again, shoulders relax, and if you want to give it a go, we're going to curl the right leg and reach for the right toes with the left hand up. I've got the ankle, whatever feels comfortable. And if you're there, then you can open up, but very similar to what we did in the sort of kneeling position the other week. King pigeon it's called. King pigeon. So wherever you are, even if you've got that back leg curled, or you don't want to do it at all, let's take a couple more breaths. Nice. And then when you've taken a couple more breaths, release. Make sure those right toes are tucked under, push up and back into your down dog. Release that left leg. Push the heels down. Take a few breaths. And once you feel that left leg has released off sufficiently, drop down to the knees, take a little sit back into your child's pose. Lengthen the arms, take a few breaths. And then when you're ready, lift back to tabletop. Let's take our pigeon pose on the other side. Right leg steps forwards in between the hands. Shuffle, shuffle. Try and keep the foot flexed. Get into a position that feels comfortable for you. Lengthening that left leg back. Trying to keep that right foot flexed. Try not to roll over onto right sit bone. Maybe come on foot. But trying to drive that foot a little bit more towards the top of the mat, but only if it doesn't cause any pain or discomfort. It's a bit of a, it's on the margin line, isn't it, the word discomfort, I suppose, with this pose. So you can stay here for a few breaths. It's always good to stay in the first option for a few breaths, just to allow the body to get used to this stretch, especially as it's quite an intense one. You might want to come down onto the forearms. And if that's not enough, you might want to come all the way down and lengthen the arms for a few breaths. And again, just trying to be present in this pose with the breath. So this is one of those poses where the ego mind comes in with oh, ouch, oh God, you know, all those, oh, I can feel my hip, I can da-da-da. Oh, what did I do earlier when I walked over that? All that sort of stuff comes in, doesn't it? So we try and let go of that, and we do that by focusing on the breath. And if we can be present with the breath, then naturally energies will be able to release. Energies that are not beneficial. stored up in that area. So if you've come all the way down, in a moment, take a couple more breaths. And then come up onto the hands again. Try a king pigeon, so curling the left leg, reaching with the right hand. You can reach with the same hand if you want to. King pigeon is strictly the opposite hand, but I think variations show that you can do both. If you've got hold of the foot or the toe, just allow that to open up the body a little bit, the shoulder. If not, stay where you are. Or of course you can always come out early and drop into your down dog. A couple more breaths. And then release. Planting that right hand down, tucking left toes under, breath in as we breathe out, push up into your down dog, release that right leg. Heaven. Take a few breaths. And when you're ready, drop to the knees. So when you feel you've had a nice good stretch through that right leg, drop to the knees, sit back into your child's pose and take a couple of breaths. When you're ready, start to make your way round to the sit bones. Take your time. And take some water again if you want to. And go for a seated tree before we go into a bit of breath work. So, which leg is that? Right leg is long, left knee bends. Let the left knee go out to the side, sole of left foot on the inside of that right thigh. Flex, right foot, spine nice and straight. You draw that heel in as close as is comfortable. Inhale, big circle with the arms, lengthen up. And exhale, fold it forwards. Folding forwards over that right leg just slightly changes the stretch from your head to knee pose to a seated tree pose. So wherever the hands are, it doesn't matter. You might have them just resting on the leg or reaching for the ankle or the toes. But first and foremost, remember, nice straight long right leg if we can. And awareness of the breath, shoulders relaxed. Spine lengthening on the inhale and feeling yourself fold a little bit further as you exhale, as you release that breath. Nice and easy as we inhale, just let go, rise up, and exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Let's swap sides, left leg long, right knee bends. Draw that heel in as far as is comfortable, sole of the right foot and the inside of the left leg, flexing the left foot. And then big inhale with the arms, exhaling over the left leg. And again, just finding what feels comfortable for the hands. If you want to use a band, of course, you can use a band. Shoulders are relaxed. Awareness on the breath. And inhale, let's gently let go, start to rise up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Give both those legs a little shake out if you want to.